You are not ugly. You are just always online. You've been scrolling for so damn long that you've forgotten what your own face looks like. You've gotten so used to seeing picture perfect online that you forgot what real people look like and what real beauty is. Trust me, I'm speaking from experience. When I film and I use the back camera, which will really show you every single flaw, I will start thinking of which procedures I can get and all the ways that I'm just not happy with myself. And I don't know about you, but I feel like that time just needs to come to an end. Especially when you think about the fact that confidence will always be the most beautiful thing about a person. And let's face it, summer is coming. So if you're panicking that you feel like you're not ready for it, your vibe, your style, your closet isn't ready, you are not alone. But you do not need to fix yourself. You just need to rebrand yourself. Now, here on the screen, you will see every chapter that we will go through so that you know what to expect, because we have some different things we need to talk about. Number one thing you need to know is you are not ugly. You are just overstimulated all the time, and you are in this mental loop of comparison that makes it impossible for you to appreciate what you look like and who you are. Your nervous system has pretty much been in a scroll coma for 3 years. Number two is you are going to pick a sentence or a word that's going to be your vibe. So what would define how you want to look and feel? I love like an Aussie vibe. Anything Aussie, I love. Like these kind of pictures is exactly what I put on my board so that I can take these styles and create them myself. So go on Pinterest, but don't choose too many because again, we're trying to figure out who it is you want to look like. Now, before I got clothes, I got jewelry because I need something that's smaller that I can wear every single day like a perfume that really reminds me of my look and who it is that I want to be. And that is when I found Linjer. I think I might actually be pronouncing that right because I am in fact Danish and it's a Norwegian name. And this video is actually kindly sponsored by Linjer. But I swear to God, I am going to wear these pieces every single day. Everything I got from there, I'm wearing right now. It is so freaking beautiful. And what's most beautiful about it is what I just told you, slowly becoming who you said you wanted to become. And what I realized throughout that, which we also will go into later, is I tend to make a lot of dreams, a lot of wishes, a lot of mood boards, and then I kind of don't follow through. And it's because of self-sabotage. It's because I don't dare to step into that version of myself. I buy outfit after outfit where I think, oh, one day I'll be able to fit into that, or one day I'll wear that at this event. Where I feel like now it's more like, no, every day should be the event. And you should have something every single day for that woman that you say you want to embody. Because how else are you ever going to get there? So let me tell you about the pieces that I got from there. Let me just get all this hair out of my face while I show you this beautiful necklace. And what's so awesome about it is I once found a necklace just like this, but it was a vintage necklace and I couldn't get it anywhere. And it made me so upset because I love, like I said, the idea of finding something that makes you resonate with who you are so that you have something that kind of angers that feeling. And for me, it was this kind of stone and this kind of color. And how beautiful is it that it happens to be a birthstone necklace and it's a March necklace. I'm a Pisces. I'm like the most Pisces girl out there. I just feel like that is so appropriate. And it's just been my birthday. And of course it has adjustable lengths. And again, when it comes to necklaces and going back to vibes, for me, I love the more elegant, subtle things that I can wear daily when it comes to necklaces specifically. So how perfect is that? Then I got these beautiful earrings that also happen to be March birthstone earrings. And I love the fact that they are so soft and clean looking. They're still elegant. They're elegant, but on the softer side. It's not like too heavy. And also, your girl is spiritual. So I love the fact that this also stands for emotional clarity, this stone. The way that these came in little individual packages was the cutest thing ever. Now, I forgot to mention that I also chose the cutest little like traveling jewelry case that I just thought was so cute and something I need. Now, lastly, when it comes to rings, that is where I differ a little bit, and I'm really excited about building a ring collection because I am different when it comes to that. I don't want it to be as soft I like it to be a little bit bolder, and next time I'm definitely gonna get more like stacks. I love the other pieces they have, but I could not resist this ring because it just, to me, it just says powerful, it says spiritual. And I actually did a little ritual before I wore any of this, clearing it with some incense because then it just makes me feel like now it's made for me and it's ready for my energy, the energy that I want to embody. It's called the Elizabeth ring, and definitely giving old Hollywood. I'm so excited to keep adding on to my ring collection because jewelry has been one of the foundations for me when it comes to identifying who I want to look like. And also, I've noticed on my mood boards, it's been one of the main, like me zooming in on hands has been one of the main things. And it's always like elegant gold and stack of rings and a little bit more bold without it being like a huge statement piece. I love stacking rings and when you can wear it on different fingers because I feel like it just looks, there's something about it, especially when you have your nails done, that just looks so elegant and feminine. And that brings me on to the fact that I have bought quite a lot of cheap jewelry in my life. I haven't always prioritized what makes me feel like I'm allowing something that feels luxurious to myself. I'll end up wasting my money on other things that doesn't feel like as good of an investment into myself. And you know what happens with that kind of jewelry? It obviously doesn't last. And what I love about Linjer so much is that they make stuff that actually lasts. And it's very affordable, I think, for the feeling that I'm going for and the fact that it's not just super pretty, it's sustainable. And to me, it's also very original, which I love because what did we talk about at the start of the video? We're not trying to become everyone else. We're trying to actually become the best, most beautiful versions of ourselves. And because I've purged out, I'm telling you to do everything that isn't and doesn't feel like myself and who I want to become, the things you wear represent you and your energy, most importantly to yourself. And so it really matters in how you end up showing up into the world. And it's like I said before, it also tells yourself what you believe that you are worth and who you're becoming and who you're being. So I purged out most, and now I'm kind of starting out with this as a basis and I'm just going to build onto it. I probably have 3 other pieces of jewelry left other than this now. So that's definitely starting over. So if you want to feel that same shift, jewelry probably should be one of the first things that you touch. And you can go to the link in my description and use my code because there's a special offer for you right now. On to the next thing, because I am in the middle of getting rid of my closet pretty much. And I feel like I've been in that process, you probably relate, for a long time. So you should also be going through and be really brave and say, what does no longer resonate with me? Most importantly, who I want to become. I do not want to hear the whole, well, maybe I'll gain weight again. Or they kind of make me feel better when I feel like I'm a little bit heavier or when I just don't feel so good about myself. You don't want things that cover up because you don't feel good about yourself. Find things that make you feel comfortable and confident instead. Now, of course, I want to say this. This is about starting over and rebranding yourself. This is not about material things making you a new person, okay? This is about, especially if you're on my channel and you watch my other videos, this is about doing the internal work mostly. Because once you do, that's when it starts aligning with your physical reality. So I have a deal with myself. Once I sell some stuff, once I've donated some stuff, then I can buy a workout outfit and a nice daily outfit that represents the new me. But one thing I do want to tell you is within the last year, I've bought 2 tops that I feel looks like that version of myself. And that is very true. It really does. But I haven't worn either one of them yet. So that goes back once again to that sense of self-sabotage where why don't we do the things we want to do? Why don't we feel the way we want to feel? Why don't we eat healthy if we feel better? Why don't we use why don't we use the fine china? Holy hell, language, Meline. God damn it. Why don't we use it more often? Because I don't know about you, often I will buy a dress or something really pretty. I just had my 30th birthday. So I'm too grown up now. Or at least it should be. I kept thinking after the events, it doesn't even feel that special anymore because it's like you set yourself up with a bunch of expectations for one night and like how you're supposed to feel. And then you buy this really expensive dress and you think, wow, that didn't really do it for me, versus wearing it whenever you feel like it. Instead of putting so much on the dress, put it on the fact that you have you and your energy and who you are. And who you are is someone who would wear it when you want to wear it. Does that make sense? And another note on that, I will definitely be looking into renting dresses. I like having good quality clothes, but let's face it, it can be expensive. And it's not like with jewelry and shoes where you feel like, oh, I can wear it with this and that. It's kind of like, okay, so I'll wear it for this one event and then what? Because it's kind of like, well, that was what I bought it for. And how often can I wear this elegant thing? Number one, start wearing it more. Number two, start renting instead. And also, then you don't hold on to that energy of the clothes as much. And then you know the drill of going through your bathroom, going through your scents, going through even your towels and stuff like that, and figuring out when I go to my Pinterest board, what is it that I keep saving? And do I make excuses for, well, one day, or, well, it won't really change that much, or, well, I don't really have the money for that. You can do so many things that doesn't take a lot of money. But let's also face it, we waste our money on a lot of random stuff that we just willy-nilly throw around. So why don't you instead make a list that's like a manifestation list where you say, these are the top items that would represent me and my apartment, my house, whatever it is, my vibe. And you're kind of like building a new capsule for yourself. And when you're doing that, imagine how organized and structured, but also clear you're going to feel when you start adding that in, because you're once again, you're showing your inner child, you're showing your intuition, you're showing your nervous system that you really care about yourself. And that's obviously going to overflow in so many areas of your life. And then I just briefly want to touch a little bit more on the sense of self-sabotage. I know this is a physical rebrand glow up video, but welcome to my channel if you haven't been here before. We do the inner work over here and we try to look gorge at the same time. So I just want to say, most of us know what we want and what to do. We just don't think we're actually worthy of stepping into that next version of ourselves. You keep waiting for something to click. You keep waiting, but in this circumstance, your body is waiting for proof of who you are. It's like that Alex Hormozy quote about stacking undeniable proof of who you are, because we can continue to do all of these good things and use the good tools like meditation, tapping. You know, I love EFT tapping, self-love rituals. But once you're out in the world, you're gonna kind of get hit in the face. So you need to learn how to step up and be out in the world. If you want a snatched body for the summer, you're going to have to learn how to be social while being healthy and stick to your boundaries and stick to your way of why you want it without punishing yourself. You're going to have to stick to a budget because you want to buy that dress and the jewelry for yourself because it represents something to you. So start with one thing. Just allow your nervous system to watch you choose. So I would be lying if I said that I'm not also doing this to get hotter, because your girl has been eating too many carbs lately and going through a toxic breakup situation thing. And I really also want a body reset. So for me personally, I am doing a fat loss diet and I will be posting all about it on TikTok if you want to follow along there. But more importantly than doing it to be hot, I'm doing it to no longer resonate with a person and a version of myself that I have outgrown. I used to be pretty darn overweight, about 60 pounds heavier than I am now, or about like 28 kilos. And I kept dreaming about this other version of myself, yet I self-sabotaged. Until one day where I just realized no matter how messy it is, I just have to start taking action. And then I did. And it was messy and it took a while. But now I feel like I'm in a completely different identity, simply because of constantly showing up and showing myself that I'm willing to take this action again and again and again, being very sure of who I want to be without being able to know the exact result. And that also meant showing up at gyms, at classes, cooking different foods, wearing different workout clothes as I got further and further. I would wear clothes that represented what I always wanted to wear because I used to feel so miserable, even being at the mall. I was the most, I don't even know how people dealt with me sometimes because I was so angry and sad, mainly because I walked around in a body that didn't feel like mine. And as a young girl, that really impacts you. So, what I want for you to do is get really, really sure on what is it that you want for your body. How do you want to nourish it? How do you want to feel? Be brutally honest with yourself when it comes to what are my actual goals. Without lying to myself, what are my goals? Because it's so easy to just simply say to yourself, well, I think it's kind of, well, actually, no, I want to lose so much weight. I want to be so snatched. I want to just be healthy all the way until the end of the summer. But then if you look deeper and you know deep inside that you actually want to have fun this summer, then you can be more intense up until then and then have fun. If you know that you have so many events for the next couple of months and you're not going to do that, then don't do that. But be brutally honest with yourself. And again, when it comes to this, is once again where you need to show your nervous system that you're showing up. And then, of course, what I'm going to say is pick a diet, stick with it. It's really not that hard. It's just about saying, what are my goals? What are my macros? What are my calories? Of course, I can help if you need, but it really is simple. It's just about asking yourself why and then finding something that fits for you. Find workout classes, do it at home. I literally love to do anything from high rocks to hit workouts to dancing. I've gotten so much back into dancing, which I love. So many things. And that fuels me. That makes me happy. Hot yoga, reformer, Pilates. I love it all and I want to be able to do it all. And then I want to encourage you to take a video of yourself at least once a week. Take a video, take a picture to see your progress. Because let me tell you, one of the most beautiful things I've noticed on my journey is once you start taking more and more pictures of yourself, and I don't necessarily mean very staged selfies, but just you're going to notice even smiling in a picture, you're going to start to see a different glow when it comes from within. Of course, also figure out your skin type. Is it dry? Is it mixed? What is it? Maybe start with a facial and have someone tell you what kind of skin type you have. Buy simple products. Go back to simple products, a simple routine that's made for your skin. Because if you've been scrolling too much, you probably have a list of red light therapy and 100,000 kinds of Korean skincare, other kind of skincare, and you think you need it all, and you definitely don't. So, of course, that leads me to set a timer for yourself when it comes to scrolling. Get a hobby instead. Seriously, have something that you can spend time on that you've had in the back of your head, maybe for years, that you want to get back into, that you've always wanted to try. Force yourself to get into something real, something physical, something where you have to be stimulated and create dopamine in a different way, where you have to also focus because you need to learn how to get that stimulation from somewhere else than just your phone and scrolling is something that ultimately is going to put you way down and put you in a dip and really make you crash. The first thing we need to do is create a clean slate. You have to go through your entire closet, bathroom, phone, camera roll, saved folders, and then get rid of everything that isn't who you're becoming. Because that is what makes your nervous system trust you. It shows your nervous system that you are actually becoming that girl, that woman that you want to become. So make space for her. You don't need this huge glow up to look like anyone else. You just need to stop staying the same. Start with one decision. Seriously, for me, it was getting rid of jewelry, adding jewelry, now getting rid of a bunch of clothes, and starting my fat loss diet. But those did come in order, not necessarily all at once, because I know it can feel a little bit overwhelming. And of course, all the pieces that I am wearing, I will also link below if you want to go check it out, if you want to see what kind of stone, what kind of color it is for your birthday. Also, what a great gift for someone you love who has a birthday. So lastly, I just want to mention that I'm actually starting this 100-day challenge for myself that I will be posting vlogs about every single day, which I probably already started by the time you're seeing this. So please go watch that, because I have been in a bit of a slump. So I am creating a 100-day challenge for myself to change my life, to show me and to show you guys what happens when you actually show up for yourself and you don't constantly stay hidden, stay small, or self-sabotage, but you dare to step into that version of yourself. Because I'm here. I know it can be maybe disappointing to not get just a specific glow up plan, but the truth is, how many of them are out there? So freaking many. You need something that's catered to you, that you have to step into, be an active part of, where you have to look within and do the inner work, because that is essentially where all the change is going to happen from. So once again, you are not ugly. You are just performing for an audience that does not matter.